Talk more now on this developing story. Joining me to discuss this is the founder of Involve Africa, Ibrahim OWOLABI, who joins us from Minneapolis in the U.S., and the President Media Center for Safety Reporting, John Thompson, joins us from Kano. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining in at this time. I begin with Mr. Thompson. What do you make of this protest, this lingering protest, despite the dissolution of the SARS?
I think thank you very much, viewers, and thank you very much, TVC, for connecting me here. But I think we need to go straight that the people are no longer protesting the SARS. They are protesting beyond what the SARS stands for, and that is police brutality. And I think if we can take it back, we need to understand that police brutality did not just start now, and we have to look at it from this angle. If these people that has been disbanded now is now redeployed into the police force, what are we going to expect? What are we expecting? What are we going to get from them if they are not retrained? And again, if there is no justice system, we are the people who have been victimized by those SARS police officers who are just a minute, a kind of small unit of the police. If they are not being brought to book, what do you think will be the feelings of Nigerians towards policing in this country? So I think the people should look at it from this angle, that the police and the government should look at it from this angle, that enough is enough. And the people want to get it. Most of these things, the police might think is against them, but for me, I think is for the betterment of the police force. And if only the people, the government can listen to the people at this point, use this, because a lot of things has been going, a lot of discussions and narratives have been going around the police force, the state policing, the multi-level policing, the different regions of the country has set up their own regional police, like Amoteku, and you have the one that you have in the north, and the southeast is also talking about their own. But if the police force, Nigerian police force, can use this opportunity now to a kind of reform their system, and the government as well should look at funding the police, I think that will go a long way in bringing and assuaging the anger and the bottled up anger of Nigeria.
John Thompson, let me put you on hold and hear from Ibrahim OWOLABI on this same subject still. So Ibrahim, we are having an ensuing division even in the country and out of Nigeria about, some say, okay, SARS actually has, been able to give us some good results, and this people said to be behind the violations of human rights are only a few out of the larger number of federal operatives under the SARS that is now dissolved. What do you make of that?
Thank you very much. For me, I feel very bitter that we're talking about SARS in a moment like this, where we are all fighting COVID-19, which is taking thousands of lives. And of course, the SARS operation has always been human rights violation. I mean, what they do practically, it's about taking advantage of the weak, the youth, and women. Their intent is clear. They want to ensure that crime is reduced, but their modus operandi is wrong and has always been wrong. And this is linked to the fact that in the police service, there is a need for accountability. And of course, you need a reform that can project a police department that is of standards to operation, that is enshrined in homeland security, not the one that is taking away the joy of the people. Those you're supposed to protect rather, are the ones you are attacking. So their modus operandi is not good. It's not okay for me. I think a lot of work needs to be done in that regard. And we analyze the account very clearly.
All right. Well, Ibrahim OWOLABI, apologies that there we're having some glitches from your end regarding the output of the interview from your end. Apologies, I have to end the conversation at this time. But let me also carry on with Mr. Thompson from Kano. Well, the government has said give them a benefit of doubt, now. Where does that fit in, looking at the plans to investigate human rights violations and the plans to bring up another body that will tackle armed robbery, and the like. Where does that fit in with the lingering grouses Nigerians still have against the police?
It's a question of, I think, deficit in the confidence that Nigeria has on government, and Nigeria have on government. And we need to also understand that this is not the first time we are hearing this. The first statement that we issued, we called for the setting up of a commission of inquiry into this. This is not a new one. One was done in 2018, August 2018, and up to now we've not seen the outcome of that inquiry. And now we are asking, what is the Police Service Commission doing? It is high time that those commissions and those bodies that are, are supposedly to oversee the functions of the police should rise up to their duty. And beyond that, we must put this very specifically. We are considering taking, and of course we are briefed our lawyers. Media Center for Safety Reporting is going to take the federal government to court, ECOWAS Court of Justice, because this is a right violation. Specifically on the case of journalists, the journalist of Arise Television that was brutalized yesterday. Overnight, we had a meeting where I was connecting with our members in Lagos and all parts of the country, and we resolved that we are going to take the federal government to court on issue of human rights, on that of the journalists. So we are compiling the list of all the journalists that has been attacked, and also Nigerians who has been attacked by the government, because this is not only the police. It is the federal government issue, and this is an issue of human rights. And we are briefed our lawyers, and we understand that ECOWAS Court of Justice can take the cases of human rights, and we are coming up. We are briefing our lawyer, and the federal government.
All right, Mr. Thompson, many thanks.
Over the issue of human rights violations on the journalists and the entire generality of Nigerians.
Thank you so much for talking with us, John Thompson, President, Media Center for Safety Reporting. We appreciate it.